Oh, looks like we
Oh,
are getting ready to go.
all right.
Et rebonjour tout le monde, nous sommes tous en direct pour la petite run de jeu d'horreur présentée par Goldorak.
Yeah, see, even on the screen it says that there's a multiplayer option.
There's no way that was there when I played this game before.
I definitely don't remember it being there either.
But that was 15 years ago when it was new. It looks like we are playing on easy difficulty, which is unsurprising, I suppose.
Yeah, I believe playing on easy difficulty for this just makes you take less damage from the enemies, and then it makes the enemies a little easier to kill as well. I guess we could talk a little bit more about the game because this first mission is really just an introduction to how to play the game. It's going to teach you how to jump, how to punch, how to do all sorts of stuff.
Wait, is it like a tutorial?
It's almost like a tutorial. It's just your first mission. It goes through your basics of, hey, go walk forward. Use F to open doors and activate objects.
Whoever would have thought that you use X to open doors and activate objects? Do you have
I
any
know.
idea what if they're playing on console? No, they're very much not
They
playing on
are on
console.
PC. I do not know of a console that uses F as a button.
Well, I saw the X. I thought you said X,
Oh,
not
no,
F.
I said F.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Speaking of F, I actually learned that F.E.A.R is an acronym.
Oh,
Totally didn't know that while I was playing the game at all.
I knew that it was an acronym.
I skip over a lot of the lore in horror games like this. I don't know. It just wasn't as entertaining to me as Silent Hill, but like I said, I learned a lot while researching for this commentary.
You just go in there for the jump scares.
Oh,
That what
but
you play
that's the
these games
best
for?
part about speed running scary games is that you really miss out on a lot of those classic jump scares. Makes the game a lot less scary.
Le moteur de F.E.A.R, il est propre à F.E.A.R ou alors c'est un moteur de dérivé pour le coup?
Je crois que c'est un moteur maison.
I have the Baguette Restream chat open, and somebody's comparing this game to Dark Souls? Question mark.
Ooh. That would be pretty interesting. Personally, I can't compare this game very much to Dark Souls because I mean this one has like guns and stuff like that, but
to guns and the first-person shooter and the...
Yeah.
Ouais, je vais te baisser un peu après.
Supernatural phenomenon.
So in these speedruns, do you use the the slow time element down a bunch?
Yeah, you do. It doesn't seem like there's too many. At least there's not too much in the glitchless version. There are a few major points where when you use your ability to slow down time, it's gonna really matter. It gets you to just skip and make a couple of areas easier. That first cutscene we just skipped there, that is your one skippable cutscene that we're seeing right now. We do have to wait, I think, a little bit into the cutscene to actually be able to skip it.
Oh, that's right. The cutscenes in this game have that, hit this button, otherwise you die thing, don't they?
I believe some of them do, yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The other thing I didn't remember, going back like to when I played it, I forgot that this game doesn't go by like chapters or missions, it goes by intervals. So if you hear us talking about anything happening in like interval 1, interval 2, that's just pretty much like what the mission we're on is.
I always thought the interval was just another word for mission.
Yep, that's pretty
They
much
just-
it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
I'm
know if
probably
you.
just gonna call them missions. It's easier.
Yeah, I kind of slip up and say that most of the time. Like I said, when I even played through this game, I had no idea they were called intervals. I just said mission.
Mission or level.
Yep.
Tu veux essayer d'avoir les armes qui te font perdre le moins de vitesse ou là
You can definitely tell the era like when this game was made just by looking at the graphics, though.
Oh yeah, 2005 was a glorious year for video games.
Like the graphics are just getting to the point where they're realistic, but they're still. I don't think they've quite figured out how to do the motion capture correctly yet.
Ah oui, ouais.
Yeah, that took a little more time.
Attends, c'est obligatoire.
There's Alma, sweet girl. Ooh, maybe not. Not so sweet.
On voit Alma.
There's the first time we get Jankowski mentioned. He's a very important character in this. You don't really get to see him too much in the speedrun, though.
Je crois que dans ce délire-là, c'est peut-être.
He's sort of like a specter. You'll see him walking around occasionally, and usually you can stand by him and actually like listen to his dialogue and stuff. But in the speedrun, we really don't care about what he's saying. We can walk past him.
Je sais qu'il y en avait qui.
You know, you got to get the background when you're not speedrunning, though. I'm sure there's a lot of interesting dialogue. You learn all about these characters.
Their hopes, their dreams.
Oui, je tends des pièges, oui.
Donc
Je suis quelqu'un de fourbe.
on joue en low difficulty, donc ce qui change la difficulté, c'est juste l'IA qui change, quoi.
I definitely see what you mean about you don't need to shoot much.
No, you really, for most of this game, you just kind of walk past a lot of these guys, and that's the best part about playing it on easy mode. Is you can see him taking some damage, but it's really not enough to care at this point in the game.
Yeah, like each hit, you know, that registers, it's about 1 HP is what I'm seeing, maybe 2 or 3. I guess they're also full on armor, so but I would also have to play through this game casually again before I picked up as a speedrun.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that. I feel like this game is worth like going back and just doing a whole playthrough of again.
I might do that. I do own it. Like I was just checking my Steam library. I played it on console back when it came out.
I also played it on console. I think it was like the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
There's Jankowski. He's our happy little paranormal friend that's walking around just talking to us. We're just gonna walk past him, like I said.
Never mind all this blood on the ground. It's
Yep. This is sort of the first time that we get that slow down effect, too. It's kind of introducing that to us. Although it
Yeah,
is used for a cutscene here.
yeah, the bullet time mechanic. There's a lot of games refer to it as.
Ah, c'est bien ça. C'est toujours embêtant les softlock.
Ouais. En fait, le trigger, il fait pas toute la fenêtre, donc si tu fais un mouvement...
Yeah, I don't play too many first-person shooters as far as like stuff with bullet time mechanics in, so I just learned a new term there. Thank you.
It's bullet time from like the old Matrix games and like the movies. That's why
Makes
they called it
sense.
bullet time. Yeah. You know, I know kung fu and all that.
Fun facts.
You can't send him in alone, that's crazy.
He can take care of himself. Now move.
Et du coup, qu'est-ce qui est autorisé en glitchless précisément?
So actually, the whole goal in this game right now is to find that Paxton Fettel guy. We are pretty much running around trying to get through these soldiers who aren't actually real people. They're actually synthetic soldiers that Paxton is mind controlling. And we don't know why at this point in the game. We're just trying to go through because we're the paranormal SWAT team and it's our job to go kind of stop it before it kind of gets too far and into the public.
Normalement, avec les collisions, elles sont pas très bonnes, quoi, et du
Ouais,
coup,
t'as glissé,
tu peux te faire booster, quoi.
Pas ta bump en fait, ouais, pour le coup.
Et là, c'est un peu mal passé, quoi.
As I'm watching this speedrun, though, I guess I am curious how easy it is to just run on those railings and things like that.
I
Something
wonder how
I
precise it
never,
is.
yeah, it's something I never tried in the casual playthrough.
From my experience with these kind of games, usually running on railings like that is relatively forgiving.
I feel like it is
Like your
2005 too,
hitbox.
so the hitbox is bigger. You got a little more leeway than you do in some of the newer games.
Some of the newer games, you have to be like exactly on top of the thing, or you're gonna fall to your death.
Yep, pixel perfect. Not F.E.A.R, at least not the 2005 edition.
Il me semble que Goldo l'avait expliqué au départ. Moi je la connais pas par cœur l'histoire.
Ouais, c'est on est missionné pour chasser Paxton Fettel qui est un homme mystérieux et qui contrôle les réplicas et les hommes convoités.
Throw grenades in the general correct direction.
Yeah, we'll actually get to see some cool proximity mine placements later on that have to be a little bit precise, or at least, mildly precise.
I'm sure by precise, it's in the general. Like I'm sure there's anything that's super precise. There's an easy setup for it.
Yeah, in this game, that's what it seems like. I think there's only one that's a little trickier, but every time I've seen him play it so far, it's gone pretty good.
Clip through some people, it looked like there.
That leg sweep move is actually really cool. Watching a handful of people play, you can sweep up to 4 enemies, I think, at a time with that leg sweep. And yeah, I guess you go from one punch man to just one kick man.
La petite fille c'est Alma. Je saurais pas expliquer les délires d'Alma, mais elle est là pour.
You see some text and asking if there's anything coming from Jankowski again.
Yep. Important. Even though that you've seen Jankowski's a ghost, they're still looking for him. They gotta find him.
C'est pratique comme méthode de mouvement.
Or hardcore parkour. But we're on easy mode, so it's okay. Those guys shooting us doesn't matter. I actually think I've played this game on easy mode ever, now that I think about it.
Normal the whole way, at the very least.
Yeah, I usually try to start on whatever normal or medium is, and then I'll switch to easy if I really need it. It's kind of insane, looking at this, because it took me a long time to beat this game. And, he's only doing it in an hour and 40 minutes, if that. That's insane to me, because I feel like this game took many hours of my childhood.
But at the same time, when you were playing, you were also, listening to all the dialogue, or at least some of the dialogue, probably.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, you didn't know where to go.
No, I did not.
That's always the biggest hurdle for these kind of games is where do you go next?
And you get to see that big armored guy right there. We'll see more of him later on, or I guess more of them later on. He's another synthetic soldier. They're kind of supposed to be like a mini boss, but for that first one, you really can just walk past him and move on with your life. It's pretty easy. That's the one thing I think I actually did on accident that I didn't know was a speedrun strat when I played through casually.
I mean, all of those speedrun strats get found out that way.
Oh yeah, and actually what we
Wherever
just
it's-
saw there was one of the speedrun strats for this game. A lot of the pillars and things like that are made with blocks, like just sort of layered on top of each other, just a bunch of different platforms. So if you look at it at the right angle and you just keep jumping and landing on a higher platform. So that's kind of what he did to get up that wall there.
There goes Alma again.
Petit passage dans la vente. J'aime bien parce que ce genre de passage, ils sont dans tellement de jeux. Tu les retrouves dans plein de jeux différents. Des passages dans
Là,
les
ça va,
ventilations.
J'ai pas eu le bug, en fait c'était à couper à la fin d'un niveau. Là, au prochain niveau, t'es toujours en...
That's another thing I don't think I remembered from this game. Just playing it back in the day, I did not remember her wearing a red dress. I guess maybe in the later F.E.A.R game, that little girl is wearing white, so maybe that's kind of just what I picture in my head. I never remember the red dress. It's interesting because it's so prominent too when she crawls across the screen in this one.
Yeah, it's blood colored.
Yeah, like at the ceiling right now.
And those footprints. Not ominous footprints at all.
The baby scream. See, and you'll notice this in a lot of the like cutscenes. It'll start out as you walking forward. It'll go to a little cutscene like that, and then you'll have to do some sort of action. Like you said before, you gotta click that button or something to not die. There's our spooky, scary jump scare.
Is this that proximity mine placement that you were talking about?
Yep. Well, because for this area, you can just preemptively set them up, and then it just makes this whole area easy mode.
See, I had to aim there. Like I'm in trouble. I had to shoot something.
Mm-hmm. But it was only one guy instead of like 10. Now we're back to One Punch Man.
So I'm guessing they're trying to clip up onto that and
Yep.
just missed the parkour jump. You hate to see it.
Jump on that convenient box and then you're over it. Don't even have to deal with those guys. I don't even think they saw him.
I don't think they did either. They're kind of blind.
They got that tunnel vision.
Bah, pour l'époque, en fait, ça faisait quand même mine de rien peur hein, pour l'époque. Il n'y avait pas tant de moyens que ça pour faire un truc effrayant. Et puis, bah, c'est pas un jeu d'horreur, c'est un FPS action, horreur. Action. Je ne sais plus parler. Action, horreur. Donc, c'est juste là pour donner un contexte, en fait. Plus qu'autre chose, pour le coup.
Some more hardcore parkour, just to get down those stairs a lot quicker. Some preemptive proximity grenades again.
I believe that was a frag grenade, wasn't it?
Frag. My bad.
Had to kill something over there. Probably triggering a event.
That's the part where we learn that there's something in the water, but then we don't deal with it yet.
Ouais. Vite fait. C'est un peu l'extrême.
You know, seeing the synthetic soldiers, like, when, like, the lights are out in a room like that and, like, at the right angle, they kind of just look like Master Chief.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just when their visors are at the right light and they look orange like that.
Maybe they're all Spartans.
Oh, I feel like this would be a little harder. They were all Spartans. There's the big kind of mech suit guy again. Walking right on through, though. Pay him no mind.
Ah bah tant mieux.
Pay no heed to the man behind the curtain.
Ouais, ça va, j'ai bien suivi, je me suis pas endormi. Non mais en vrai, ça se passe plutôt smooth là pour le coup, c'est nice. Tu vois aussi, aussi avoir notamment dans la run un moment où tu as sauté sur une échelle, si je me souviens bien. Et c'est assez tricky pour le coup, parce que t'as une toute petite place pour
I think this is one of the few encounters where you do actually have to get rid of all of the enemies in this area so your helicopter can land.
le bon vieux Space 12 qui est là pour régler tous vos embrouilles, vos ennuis. C'est violent le Space 12. Ça me rappelle ça me rappelle les sessions endiablées sur les jeux de James Bond. Space 12, arme iconique. En plus, il a l'air assez efficace dans F.E.A.R pour le coup.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Notamment pour les lourds.
Ouais, je m'amuse en attendant, faut que j'attende. Le mur.
That's some fun ragdoll physics there.
Tu peux jouer au foot avec les corps.
Ok. C'est pas mal ça. C'est un concept.
Ah, yes, the helicopter cutscene.
Oh, yeah. Very classic cutscene from the 2005 era. I feel like probably name at least 3 games that just had helicopter cutscenes. 2 of them might be Medal of Honor games, though, so that might be cheating using the same franchise twice.
A little bit.
I'll throw in a Call of Duty, really mix it up with our first-person shooters here.
No, the Call of Duty run was earlier in the day. It was also a more recent Call of Duty game, but
Oh, there we go. Leg sweep for 3 of them.
Comme vous voyez, quand les ennemis ils sont groupés, ça les tue tous d'un coup.
Some more parkour, just skipping over everybody. If I only had known that this game was that simple, like I could just run past everybody. I thought I had to clear the whole thing.
Fais une glissade derrière, tu les stuns.
Ça va? Putain. 3 coups de crosse, il est pas mort.
like the ominous whispering. It's really supposed to set the mood for this game.
You sound like you're going crazy.
Just a little bit.
Nice. C'est passé tranquillement.
All right, so we made it into the office building.
Est-ce qu'il y a un endroit précis où tu redoutes de mourir pour le coup?
Pour le moment, non.
Genre, ouais,
Gotta locate and reset the network hub.
J'ai pas mal tryhard.
et ça se voit pour le coup.
Yeah,
I
we gotta
totally-
deal with a... Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we gotta deal with a little bit of paranormal stuff, but we could do it.
I was like, I've gotten so used to watching this stream, watching the stream and not being able to read the text because it's in French. This is in
Mhm.
English. I can actually this is where they're going to go next.
Yeah,
I have directions.
actually, I'm not sure actually if this game has a French dialogue or not, or I wonder if the English is just faster. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it.
Ah, c'est toujours ça, hein, les ennemis invisibles. Hein, mention spéciale à Syndicate pour ces ennemis invisibles.
Like this was made in the time when it wasn't as common for there to be multiple language options on games
Oh,
that
you
were more
might be
clearly
right.
like this game was very clearly marketed for like an American audience, I think.
Yeah.
Les gens ils se sont dit, ah bon, on va mettre des ennemis invisibles, comme ça ils vont déranger le joueur. Puis ils pensent que c'est la meilleure idée du monde, mais pas du tout. Pas du tout.
Ah, là, on rencontre Norton qui est un ingénieur qui va nous aider pour.
Giving out our first comm link. I found it interesting that they just kind of give comm links out like candy to anybody they come across in this game.
Pour 2 missions.
Gotta be able to get in touch with everybody.
Yeah,
Et là, j'ai placé des
you'd think a special forces team would be a little more like conservative about who can be on their comm links.
I mean, they can always go back and take the comlink back.
True, you are not wrong.
You have lost your comlink privilege.
PNJ qui te donne une mission, mais qui en fait, c'est un vilain.
Probably still have a button just to turn it off. I mean, 2005 wasn't that long ago, right?
Classique.
I was just wondering. I'm like, we haven't seen very many enemies in this level. Well, there they are. We found them all.
Yep, all of them just in that one room.
No divide and conquer here. They all stick together.
Du coup, je remarque.
Well, I suppose with paranormal activities happening, I kind of want to stick by the rest of my people too. I mean, I've seen Scooby-Doo. When we split up, bad things happen.
You mean you've played D&D? Don't split the party?
Oh gosh, don't remind me.
See, clowns and jackets. Insecure comms never hurt anybody. You get more information that way.
Magnifique explosion.
Là, tu peux pas.
I suppose they need all the information they get if they're running into a paranormal site. At least I'd want that.
Ah, mais qui a dit que le fusil n'était pas une arme de mêlée? Personne.
I wonder how different this speedrun looks on normal or hard difficulty.
You know, that's the one thing I didn't look into. I only watched people do the any percent glitchless on easy, as well as that any percent. I only watched them do it on easy.
There aren't separate categories for easy, medium, or hard on speedrun.com at least.
It would add a decent little bit of time. There's that baby screaming again.
Mais qu'on n'a pas vu, c'est. Je sais pas.
I think every cutscene when we see that hospital room, we get to hear the little baby scream.
Qui apparaissent dans les moments d'horreur. Quoi.
Just chilling, taking a nap.
Il y a des jolies morts de sang là.
There's no brass lying around
S'il y a des
C'est charmant.
personnes qui aiment pas le sang, ne regardez pas. Quoi.
Clowns coming through with the knowledge. On
Oh,
non-glitch,
yeah.
on the 9 glitches, everybody runs on easy because otherwise you're gonna die. That's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You do take a lot of hits even in this like glitchless run. You're just tanking all the hits and jumping off of them.
I couldn't imagine doing a one with glitches, like how getting hit or dying could really interrupt a lot of the stuff you're trying to do.
Ah, purée. Encore un otage, hein, donc.
That guy looks like he's seen better days.
Just a little bit. This could be his everyday Friday for him, though. I mean, who are we to judge his lifestyle?
I mean, some people like being tied up in chairs.
Yeah, I can't judge.
J'ai pas pris les mines par contre. Bref.
He's our
Usually there's
second-
not a bloody nose with it, though. I don't know.
Yeah, you'd hope. If you're doing it safely, there shouldn't be.
Someone's messing with the security system.
Alors,
Box you in.
Wait, where'd that guy go?
Ouais, quand tu t'approches d'eux, ils s'accroupissent.
The elevator giveth and the elevator taketh away.
moi j'allais dire un truc, mais j'étais sûr que c'était pas ça. C'était pour être plus précis. Imagine si Lia elle doit aussi s'accroupir pour être précis. Ça compte pour quoi? C'est Lia.
I like that. For you, this was the most horrifying day of your life. For chair guy, it was Tuesday.
His name is pretty appropriate. He's coming out with all the jokes right now.
Ooh, just clowning around.
Oh, limite.
Should have a pun counter on this one.
Mais
Not sure how high we could get it on a horror game speedrun, but
Oh, we could try, but we would have had to start like half an hour ago.
you're not wrong.
We weren't very timely.
Chair guy.
Pas bonne arme.
You the bomb expert? That's right. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just get this shit off me. Please. Looks like this is definitely a problem.
And now we wait.
Well, we gotta get all that juicy lore in, you know? Gotta have that conversation.
What do you think was the cause of the fire alarm? Was it paranormal activity?
It's always paranormal activity.
Comment il s'appelle l'autre? J'ai oublié. Et que je pense René aussi. Je sais pas quand, mais.
See, look, there she is.
Ah, ok, c'est une catégorie à part.
Alma came
Wait.
by to say hello.
I thought you said her name was Alma, not paranormal activity.
Ah, you're right. That's a movie.
Uni pour ouais, 1h40 minutes les deux en Uni pour 5, Glitchless, je sais pas.
Ok.
I like how easy it is to punch through those screens, too.
I mean, it looks like they're wearing some kind of like protective gloves.
True, I still feel like, I don't know, I feel like it would be harder to punch through a grate like that.
Moi aussi, si tu connais pas l'histoire du jeu, tu te dis pourquoi il y a ces.
I guess I've never tried to punch a grate in real life, though.
probably for the best.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff Mythbusters should come back for. Video game physics.
Wait, was that
Ooh.
intentional or I don't think so. It doesn't
I
look
don't
like
think
it.
it was intentional.
That looks like an F.
Yeah, F in the chat. Oh, see, Cloud has the point. Almost short for paranormal activity, like Dick is short for Richard. Totally makes sense.
I mean, I guess the letters ALMAR in paranormal activity. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it
Checks
makes
out.
sense.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'ils nous font? Qu'est-ce qu'ils nous font?
Made it through.
C'était quoi leur réaction là? Ils sont inattentifs.
So far, so good. I think this is the room where they died last time.
Digging a little low. Good. There we go. Got that med kit.
Success.
Yep.
Tu l'as ton même.
For a second there, we lost part of the screen.
Just a little. Best part about speed runs, I mean, you get your little bit of technical difficulties. It's all fun and games.
It's all fun and games until somebody loses part of a screen.
Say it's fun and games till they soft lock.
Comment ça va? Tu t'en sors plus trop bien. Plutôt bien. Tu t'en sors plus trop bien. Non. C'est pas ce que je voulais dire. Tu t'en sors plutôt bien, ça se passe.
Ooh, that was very close. I saw
Oh,
single
yeah.
digits on the health bar.
Huh?
Now we have the reason we run on easy.
Yep. I mean, as a protagonist, you can only take so many bullets before they actually damage you.
Just need
And then
to
here,
type in the cheat codes.
oh yeah. Then here we see actually the first instance of like real soldiers. Like the guys in the SWAT uniforms are not the synthetic soldiers. I believe they're the actual SWAT team that was come in to help with the situation, but I'm not sure they actually know what's happening.
Ah bah c'est le même cas pour moi. Hein.
I mean, they're a SWAT team. They probably don't really know what's happening.
They just know that they're in there. They gotta stop the people that aren't wearing their same uniform.
Par contre les éclairages ça y va sur le jeu. Hein.
En fait, vu que
Faudra
je suis
le-
en fenêtrie, bah, je peux pas augmenter le gamma.
Ah oui parce que y en a...
Another scary, spooky skeleton.
C'est que je parlais qu'on pouvait skip les flammes et...
Another, what the heck was that just fell in front of me? Oh.
Jankowski, we've missed you. Where have you been? We're worried sick.
Ces petites apparitions. Il y a une ou deux scènes avec Alma qui sont flippantes avec la musique à fond. Pour le coup, je pense que
We've got the water level now.
qui peuvent faire peur.
Water
mean-
level's over.
The swimming physics don't appear to be the worst.
Oh, not bad at all.
Sa dose, hein, la dose de bonne volonté dans le côté horrifique qu'ils ont mis dans F.E.A.R.
Conveniently placed barrels.
Un lourd. Ah ok, donc le lourd fait pas trop de dégâts non plus, donc tu peux le tanker.
Ouais.
The computers with the aim as bad as stormtroopers. They can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Sure, and it must be pretty hard to miss your target with a shotgun spray when they're directly standing in front of you. But they can do it. Like, kudos to these NPCs right now.
Takes some talent.
Pour ma part, je suis sensible à ce genre de choses en fait, donc je suis on ne peut plus d'accord sur la question.
I don't know about you, but it's thunderstorming where I am right now, and it is setting the atmosphere for this speedrun so perfectly.
I have my headphones on and they're relatively noise canceling, but I believe it's also thunderstorming here. I know it was storming pretty hard earlier.
Après, on peut être friand ça y est, je sais plus parler. On peut être friand de sensations fortes et pourtant ne pas aimer les screamers.
Conveniently placed boxes once again.
Oh yeah.
J'aurais aucun problème à tout ce qui est horreur, horrifique, tant qu'en fait, il n'y a pas une limite franchise. Et les trucs, les apparitions genre screamer et tout, je déteste.
So one thing I think that would make me nervous about speedrunning this game if I ever gave it an attempt is just when you reach like those checkpoint saves, how it like stalls the game for a little bit. I'd be so worried that my game just crashed or froze or something.
Yeah.
I suppose if you spend enough time on it and you know where all those checkpoints are, you don't freak out as much, but
And I wonder if the freeze there is faster on newer PCs. I don't know, or on like different strength of PC.
C'est une question de dosage. Il faut
it's a good question.
tout doser en fait. Et selon la manière dont c'est dosé.
So I feel like this would be a game where they have to take into account load times for an RTA
I believe so.
like game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looking at the
Someday we
leaderboards,
should.
they have real time and in-game time listed.
Okay, well that's convenient.
Tout droit devant eux, donc tu peux pas. Où je vais moi?
That's a very advanced security system for 2005, I feel.
Que c'est une simplification de l'écriture en fait, c'est une simplicité dans une œuvre de mettre des screamers en fait. Pour moi c'est... Je trouve ça pas ouf. Et ouais voilà quoi. Donc là pour moi ça va, t'as plus de shield mais ça se passe. Quand t'as plus de shield tu prends beaucoup plus de dégâts.
Ouais.
Tu prends tu prends plus de dégâts. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, most security systems don't have in 2005. I don't think would have had turrets on the ceiling of the buildings.
Actually, collapsible ones.
Ouais, c'est totalement ça pour le coup, ouais.
Clowns has all the knowledge.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that coming in clutch there.
Une bonne RNG là, en fait tu dois monter sur une plateforme et peut te faire tomber de la plateforme et...
Ouf, ah oui le robot voilà, il a pas l'air gentil pour le coup.
You know, as a kid growing up, I'd always wanted to try to do what they just did, like crawl through the vents of a building. And now as an adult, I realized that that's like insanely impossible to do. And I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, I know. Like, it might be possible for a kid to do it,
Yeah.
but these vents that are big enough for a grown person to like crouch walk through
Oh, yeah.
just isn't happening in any building.
No, very impractical building design. It appears I will not be crossing off crawling through the vents of a building to escape off of my bucket list.
Si en fait il fallait récupérer des piles, ça rendrait peut-être le truc plus effrayant pour le coup.
You should have done it earlier in life.
I'll be sure to just let my child know that if that's something that they want to do, they gotta do it while they're young.
But I don't know if you'd want to encourage that.
It depends. There are certain buildings I'm sure they'd be like, oh yeah, you can let your kid crawl through our vents, no big deal. Those buildings probably aren't the places you want to bring your child in the first place, but I bet they're out there.
Ça sert à quoi?
Couldn't be any worse than what's happening to Alma in this game.
Du coup, tu vois toujours où est-ce que tu vas partout.
Yeah, she's climbing through all the vents.
Yeah, probably her way of transportation. She's beating us there just by taking nothing but the vents.
I never actually. Oh, we have another death.
Yep.
F.
Well, when you get hit by a grenade, like, it's one thing to take bullets as the protagonist, but when you get hit by, like, a grenade or two at the same time, they kind of bend your protagonist rights.
I enjoy the next thing I see on screen was it wasn't my fault.
Je me rappelle même plus, ça fait tellement longtemps que je l'ai fait. Oh, quel dur.
More of the whispers.
Après, je pense que ça dépend aussi de quel type de joueur t'es. Si t'es un joueur qui a l'habitude
Back to hearing all that baby screaming.
sans regarder le port des trucs, je pense que tu finis plus vite. Pour le coup.
We got more SWAT members.
Ouais, ça dépend totalement de toi, je pense. Si tu y vas gentiment, mollo, ouais, ça me donnerait pas. T'as combien de missions au total?
Sur le jeu? Oula.
He's just chugging on through.
Vingtaine. Ouais, ça me paraît faire.
I can never tell if, like, the SWAT members and those guys are fighting in that scene
99 999
or if they're on the same team.
Voilà.
My guess is they're not on the same team.
I'll go with your guess until Clowns gives us his answer.
That's
Or her answer. I've actually never met Clowns. Until they give us their answer. They're fighting? There we go. See? Clowns. Coming in clutch again.
not clowning around. That's for sure. Ooh, that was a
Now we got the
another
big
close
boss
call.
man. Yep. And we've got frickin' laser beams.
Ça a dû prendre un bon moment à prendre. J'imagine que c'est le jeu est assez labyrinthique.
Ouais, c'est.
Don't typically shoot each other to death. You were correct, Clowns.
J'imagine que ça doit être un run qui s'apprend.
Typically
could've
is the
just-
key word there.
True. Clowns is just the third commentator for this run. They just didn't know it yet.
Oula, par contre, ça va être compliqué le niveau d'après. Avec le plein.
Well, when you have two people commentating who have played the game casually 15 years ago.
Clowns is probably more qualified to do our job right now.
Le fameux Robocop.
Definitely more qualified than me. You appear to have done some research at the very least.
True, but I think Clown's experienced the speed run.
I don't know. The first words he said when he came into chat were, "Ooh, a glitchless run. I haven't seen one of these before."
Oh, okay. Maybe not. Oh, maybe they do the glitched run though, or the any percent. There's Alma again, chilling in our elevator waiting sim.
Bah, c'est un niveau où tu peux gagner beaucoup de temps assez facilement.
Ah, c'est pratique ça pour le coup. Ah, Google a encore frappé.
Now this part kind of freaked me out when I first played through the game.
Tu peux te coiffer dans l'ascenseur, donc je fais une quick save au cas où.
Ah oui, oui, ça c'est embêtant pour le coup.
Ah, Clowns used to mod the speedrun page.
Ça tue pas l'ascenseur.
Yeah, just that elevator right there always freaked me out as a child playing through it.
La physique.
Most of this game freaked me out as a child playing through it. I jump scared very easily when I was younger.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't, and so that's like, I don't know why the elevator falling like would freak me out so much. Maybe because I felt like it's something that could sort of happen in real life. Like elevators can like malfunction and stuff, but like I knew a little girl named Alma wasn't gonna get me, so I kind of rationalized it. But
Est-ce que tirer en tête fait plus de dégâts du coup? Parce qu'il me semble
now as an adult, it doesn't scare me as much. But
But as a kid, you didn't you didn't realize that stuff like that is very rare, that elevators fall.
yeah, no, I did not realize that. See, I heard stories like when I was a child how somebody's like shoelace got stuck in an escalator, and I never wanted to go on an escalator again. I was like, nope.
Ah oui, ok, donc. Ok.
I'm like, that guy's not even turning around, even though he got shot in the back. I love easy mode.
Ça me faisait y penser.
I wonder if they're more responsive though. I feel like that's something I didn't pay attention to when I played through.
Mais en fait,
Oh, I'm sure.
More responsive. I know they do more damage.
franchement, des jeux bons, enfin, d'un côté c'est subjectif, parce que bon, ça dépend de la façon dans laquelle on juge un jeu, la beauté d'un jeu. Mais en 2005, les moteurs ils étaient éclataxes. Hein. Vraiment. Après pour l'époque, F.E.A.R était joli. Pour l'époque.
Oh, I see. I was talking about Black and White too,
Oh,
and
no.
other games that came out in 2005, I believe. In the wrong chat. Yeah, we figured you were in the wrong
Hi
chat.
from France. Well,
Yeah.
welcome. Any and all chat.
Ouais, ça a l'air d'être. Ça avait un peu dégringolé pour le coup.
Yeah, Clowns. If you're new around here, like Baguette Restream has been supporting a lot of the Midwest Speed Fest marathons for the past years, and they're doing a marathon now, so we figured we'd return the favor. So here we are.
One thing I really love about the speedrunning community as a whole, they seem to really be interested in supporting each other through different, like whether it's restreaming the marathon, getting the word out, or even just like coming to the chat and saying like, you know, hello from this other group or things like that. They always seem to really support each other, and it's kind of nice.
C'est du game design à partir.
I think if the Baguette Restream does one of these next year, because I think this is like a yearly thing for them. They need to find a charity support so they can have some donation incentives.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I figured you were talking about games that came out in the same year, because I was trying to remember. I'm like, when did God of War come out?
That seems like from around back then. Resident Evil 4 for sure. That was another game I sunk some hours into.
I sunk so many hours into Resident Evil 4.
I'll admit I was more of a Silent Hill fan than a Resident Evil fan, but I mean the Resident Evil games are still just classic. They really define a lot of the genre.
See, I wasn't a huge fan of the control scheme of
Oh,
Resident Evil
yeah.
1, 2, and 3. Once you hit 4, then I could actually play it.
Yeah. Oh, and actually this level, it's interesting. I don't know if anyone's noticed that Gold is taking the time here to kill or get rid of almost all the enemies. It's because he's got to escort this Alice Wade woman right now. And if she runs into an enemy, she'll just kind of cower and just slow you down.
Si tu vas pas dans l'ascenseur, donc elle a peur des ennemis, et si tu vas dans l'ascenseur, et bah, elle a plus peur.
Yeah, talking
And
about
now
this
we've
being
got
like
the laser beams.
yeah, people talk about this being the benchmark game for like graphics cards and such when it came out in 2005, and I can recall my computer could barely run this. Like, it was way more choppy than this.
Vous appréciez la petite musique d'ascenseur.
I don't know if, let's see, I don't know if they'll look enough, but Alice is one of my favorite characters in this game, simply because she's not wearing shoes for any of this.
You're right.
I did not notice that, actually, at all. Actually, I believe somebody pointed that out at an SGDQ to me. Or maybe it was an AGDQ. One of the GDQs, somebody pointed out that Alice just doesn't wear shoes. And I was like, wow, she's living her best life. Now here's a fun elevator scene, like somebody clicked on every level of button on the elevator and we gotta go up slowly. And the doors gotta open at every level.
Everybody did that as a kid.
Oh yeah.
I'm
See,
sure.
Alice is just like me as a child incarnate right now. No shoes, clicking all of the elevator buttons first.
Bah, elle tâte le terrain, c'est pour ça qu'elle est pieds nus.
So we have talking about the artificial intelligence. I'm assuming that that's what IA is. Yeah, it's apparently it's really good. I'm guessing that's mostly on the higher difficulties.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of that sort of thing just probably goes away on easy mode. Like the hard computers, like.
Non, c'est vraiment oublié ce que j'ai dit il y a vraiment 8 ans.
But it's crazy to think how far the things have come since then.
Oh yeah.
Oui.
Like an advanced AI for a game like this from 2005 would be somebody who's still in like school.
Le nom anglais.
That's a good comparison.
De nouveau un passage dans la vente, hein. Décidément, c'est pas. C'est assez classique dans F.E.A.R.
I vaguely have a memory of installing this on the computers in my high school like library and playing on lunch break.
Did it play well on a high school computer?
Don't remember.
Well, when did you graduate high school? That's a first. Let's
2006.
Okay, yeah.
So it would be new. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I graduated in 2014. I think the only games we ever downloaded were Minecraft and Slenderman. But we also had like a League of Legends club, so we got away with that too.
Yeah, we didn't get away. Like we didn't have that much stuff. We didn't have any of that. Just us theater nerds playing games in the library when we weren't supposed to, bypassing all of the safeguards that the administrators put on the computers.
The best part was if you knew how to like rotate the screen, and then you'd be like, oh no, hold on, this is actually a really cool glitch I thought was awesome. Or it's not really a glitch, it's just a skip. But you just shoot the TV down and do your, what did you call the bullet slow?
Oh, the bullet time, yeah.
Yeah, the bullet
Was it
time
the
slow.
TV? I
and
thought
then
that was like
jump
a.
over it.
I thought that was like a picture.
Oh, TV picture, whatever it is. I just know in the glitch version, you use the laptop, so I just kind of assumed it was a TV for a hot second. Let's see if he gets it this time. It's a kind of a difficult hardcore parkour here.
Yeah, like you're running along the edge of that thing.
Yep. Good. Ooh, so close.
If not careful, he's gonna shoot through the wall.
Yeah. Pretty important too, because it actually like gets him up to that second floor, and that's, I don't think it's quite the end of this interval, but it's really close.
Puis ça se recharge assez en plan au final.
Yeah, this looks incredibly precise.
Ah, you're right, clowns. Fun fact, actually, my current PC case I have right now has a floppy disk drive in it for some reason. I didn't even know computers as new as mine could come with floppy disk readers in it, but
I mean,
I thought he had it.
currently to my right, I have I think it's a 32-inch CRT. Because I mostly play Super Nintendo games.
Oh yeah, those are just better on a CRT.
Oof, you can like hear the frustration in Gold's voice on the stream.
That level of frustration with parkouring is why I quit speedrunning Prince of Persia. I feel for Gold right now.
Parce que tu dois faire tout.
Oh,
That looked so close.
this trick was too hard for you clowns. Yeah, I feel like if I ever tried it, I would probably just go with the laptop skip that's on this level. If you like blow up the laptop screen while you're standing on it, the laptop just shoots you up all the way to that next floor.
Seriously?
Yeah, but I don't think you can do it in the any percent glitchless because I think it's considered a glitch.
The only tilting I want to see is of this painting as you run up it.
Bon, peut-être que tu t'attends pas assez, t'as peut-être pas assez.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good mentality to have.
Yeah, clowns with the info. Laptop is a glitch.
Yep. It's along with the box, and actually the really cool thing I noticed just watching a bunch of different people speedrun this game is that there's a ton of different glitches in this, and you can do like I don't remember which interval it is, but there's like 3 different ways to do one of the intervals with like glitches, and it's kind of interesting. I don't know which one is faster or not, but a lot of the people that speedrun are like, oh, well, this one's more fun for me. So I kind of like that liberty. So if anyone's looking for a unique, I guess, or like a fun first person shooter game or a fun horror game to kind of try to speedrun, I would go with this one.
Minus this trick. Oof.
Yeah, minus this trick. But that's why if you do the any percent with the glitch, you just do the laptop or something. I'm curious, clowns, do you know how much time this skip saves?
Ouais, j'ai pas peine à comprendre la hauteur requise pour faire ce truc pour le coup.
Oof.
Ah, purée. J'ai pas de sauvegarde, quoi.
Oof.
Oh, it saves
5
like
seconds.
5 seconds. Still a cool glitch to show off. Or not glitch, but skip, I guess I should say.
Ça, j'aurais
Should we just load back to the beginning of the level, or did we just load to the next spot?
Et là, tu le fais du premier coup.
Um,
On y croit.
that is a good question. I'll admit I'm not as
Looks like-
familiar with this.
Looks like back to the
Oh,
beginning of the
back to the
level.
beginning of the. All right, let's see. I believe.
Just thinking if maybe it was like a setup thing.
Ah, c'est embêtant.
Because I know a lot of these tricks, the setup for the initial go is easier
But
than.
once you're invested, you gotta do it. You're not wrong, clowns.
Gotta show off the cool tech.
Oh yeah, especially in a marathon. What's a better place to show it off?
C'est le seul truc chiant de la run, quoi, en termes de skip.
I thought he was gonna have it there.
Ça fait gagner combien de temps ce skip?
40.
Okay, we need to give. We need to give the energy. We need to give gold our energy to get this skip.
Oh yes. I'll send my love.
C'est pas le ch-
Fingers crossed. And says that they think it was so he could quick save with full slow-mo before the trick.
That makes
Yeah,
sense,
so you wouldn't have
actually.
to wait for it to refill. That's a good point.
Looks like we could find out how much time it would have saved, how much time it saves. Looks like about 10 seconds. Definitely worth it to go for in runs.
Mm-hmm.
Mettre des trucs cool, mais des fois, même les trucs cool les plus simples ne passent pas.
But definite F
Yep.
for the trick. That looks incredibly precise.
Yes. See, and that's the interesting part too about watching. Oh, that was some cool parkour. But that's the interesting part too about watching these live in a marathon. Whenever you watch like world record videos or stuff like that, you don't get to see quite how difficult or like how much time is really put into getting some of these precise tricks pulled off. It gives you like a better appreciation, I guess, for everything that people are doing in these.
Yeah, I like watching, like side by side, watching like the world record run versus like the 10th place run,
Mm-hmm.
or like a lower run of the same category. So you see the
Yeah.
difference. You see how much work like the record holders and such have put in.
And that's one thing too I love about watching runs, or even watching like one specific person like work on a run for an extended period of time. Like even when they get like a world record run and things like that, they'll point out the little points where it's like, okay, if I could improve here and here, I could still beat my time. And I think that is the coolest thing about speedrunning, is like you can always be like, I have a goal, I guess.
And even if let's see, I can get you a link to the French restream. The baguette restream.
Dans le placard.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Even if it's just, well, I executed everything as well as I could, and sometimes you like a lot of runs, you just have to get a little bit lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure there's some RNG in this game. There has to be. Almost all the games do. Like the main game I run is Link to the Past, Zelda Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo, and I've heard that run described as like there's 1,000 rooms, do as many of them as you can optimally, and then hope you get good RNG in the rest of them.
Ce que je vois.
That's a good way to describe that. I've never personally tried to speedrun that game, but I've seen a lot of people speedrun it because it's a pretty, I don't know, the Legend of Zelda franchise is a pretty popular one for people to speedrun and play casually, and that is a good way to describe that speedrun.
Yeah, it's you're doing 1,000 rooms.
Yeah.
How many of them can you do perfect? And the ones that have RNG, how many of them do you get the good RNG? Like,
You guys can make out later. Just get that bird in the air.
Oh non, ah, c'est sale ça par contre. Ça veut dire que t'es vulnérable pendant la cutscene? Ah merde.
The UTM coordinates from Wade's last
Ah, ça sent le vécu ça veut dire que c'était déjà arrivé.
fire industrial compound in Alberta.
Get another classic helicopter scene here.
Ok ouais, ah ouais.
Turns out
it's the best place to put the cutscene.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Armacam was interested in what was on the property. They wanted what was under it. I'm guessing it has something to do with Origin.
Oui, oui, oui. On t'entend plus? Attends, je vais regarder. Ouais, c'est vrai.
He looks okay, but the pilot's
On
dead
t'entend
and
plus
Jim's
du tout.
banged up pretty bad.
What about you?
I'll live, but it'll be a while before I can ice skate again.
It's another part where we get to, you know, we can't really skip this part, but we could listen in on this conversation and learn that the pilot really likes ice skating and stuff like that.
Yeah, I gotta get all the exposition. There's
Oh, yeah.
always so much of it, and us speedrunners just skip it all. Nobody
Yeah,
cares.
you gotta get attached to these characters.
On n'entend pas.
Make sure there weren't any survivors.
Today I learned that like the French community, like they just use the word runner for like speedrunner. They
Oh,
don't use
nice.
like the French word for runner. It makes sense.
Yeah.
J'avoue que c'est étrange.
Dude trying to ice skate uphill. Ooh, that sounds challenging.
Oof. F.
Yep.
Ran into your own grenade.
Huh?
Friendly fire.
Ah oui, là le rebond de la grenade il était totalement foireux là.
I'm gonna wait an appropriate amount of time this time before the grenade explodes.
Safety first.
Elle est puissante la grenade mais elle est un peu trop puissante.
Back to One Punch Man.
Ça revient des avantages.
I don't know, those aren't really punches, they're like rifle butts.
True. Now that our character's equipped with the shotgun.
Ah oui, ouais. Ouais, il chatouille, ça va. Ah oui, le fameux.
I thought this skip was pretty interesting too.
Le fameux au moment.
I guess the devs added collision to the exterior walls of this building, so you can kind of just go out the window and pretty much skip the whole rest of this floor.
It looks like the collision is just like on the edges of the windowsills.
Oh non, je suis deck pour toi. Ça c'est vraiment le bokobédisme.
Which makes sense, you know. They're like, if you're gonna put collision on everything, those should have collision on them.
They're the tiny little.
And a tiny little lip.
Yep.
Après, moi je me fie que.
No,
And
we're back to
back
punching.
to punching.
Yeah.
Oh, Jinx 10.
Oui, je t'entends très bien.
I love the lighting change.
Ah bah oui, bah pour le coup. Il y a un problème avec la régie, je sais pas.
You have to just punch your way through another cutscene.
Ah, goldorak, on t'entend pas sur ton stream. T'as pas un truc qui s'est désactivé par hasard?
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that the crouch punching counted as a glitch.
Ah, je te rassure, ça m'est arrivé tout à l'heure.
The things you learn when one of the mods is in the chat.
Ça m'arrive la même chose. J'ai mon micro.
Je sais pas pourquoi j'ai même pas de bind pour couper le micro, quoi, ni rien.
J'ai eu la même, je sais pas pourquoi non plus, tu vois. Et j'ai eu exactement la même chose que toi.
One of the former mods.
Oh, yes, former mod.
Si on oublie l'histoire du tableau qui voulait, du skip du tableau qui voulait pas, ça se passe plutôt bien.
Ouais.
The Ramble Iron compound is just ahead. Looks like the largest concentration of enemy forces is in that area.
Gotta love the like glass shattering animations from 2005 video game era too. It's just so satisfying.
Why would we want to go look for accurate, up to date info?
Donc, inexplicable. Ah, un magnifique, un magnifique action time event.
Est-ce que j'essaie de mettre qui? Oh non, ça devrait aller.
Actually, one of the cool things I learned about this game was that if you change like your world detail settings, it can actually change what items and skips you can do in the any %. So like there are certain skips you could do on like medium world detail settings just because it adds like a few items in the game.
And some collision things
Yeah.
probably. That's
part
that's
of
something
what,
that would almost never fly in a modern game like
yeah,
today.
no. That's why I think it's so cool. Like, and part of the reason I guess that I'd kind of want to try to speedrun this after seeing this.
Tire pas, tire.
Sur surtout que les QTE étaient très mal faits pendant un bon moment. Quoi.
You cut out there. The reason you'd want to speedrun this is
Oh, just like seeing like the variety, I guess, in a lot of the glitches you can do, and like I don't know, just how little things like that can change it up. And like I said, most of the people I've seen speedrun this really enjoy, I guess, a lot of the glitches, and like they'll point out their like favorite ones that, you know, some you can only do on medium difficulty and or medium world detail settings and stuff like that. So it'd be cool to kind of figure out which ones, I don't know, I would enjoy.
which tech would be your favorite.
Yeah. And I don't speedrun a lot of like FPS or first person shooter games, so
Où les QTE sont super stylés, super importants, et enfin,
it'd be interesting to see.
ça rend le jeu ultra dynamique. Et t'as des exemples comme les QTE de ton
Like,
père.
that's the thing. I'm always like, oh, I should pick up this speed game. I should pick up this speed game. I've got like a backlog of so many games that I'm gonna learn the run for one of these days. And then I just go back and play more Link to the Past.
Add it to the list.
Les gens ont tendance à détester les QTE.
Like I keep saying, I'm gonna learn Celeste.
Oh, that is a
Like
cool
I want to
run.
learn I want to learn at least one Pokemon game. Like, but then I load up. Like, I'm like, I kind of want to speedrun something. What do I want to do? And it automatically just goes, oh, Link to the Past. There we are. Okay, we're doing this again. It feels like home, you know.
Yep. Creatures of habit.
Bah, en fait, comme après, ça, effectivement, c'est chacun son avis sur la game.
Yeah, most of the games that I speedrun are horror games. So I mean, this one would fit up the alley. It's just, you know, I don't think I've ever speedrun a first-person shooter. Well, no, I have done one first-person shooter horror game, but it was a lot different than this. It's also an indie game too, so it's pretty, I guess, short. Maybe like 8 minutes, something like that.
Tiens, QTE. Comme par exemple dans Resident Evil 4. Non, j'aime pas les QTE RE4. Voilà, c'est un exemple pour moi de trucs à pas faire. Bref. Nice.
Well, Clowns, thank you for the offer there. If anyone wants to pick up this game, hit Clowns up. They'll go in your chat and yell about what you're doing wrong. I guess we shouldn't say yell. You'll encourage us by telling us what we're doing wrong and what we can fix.
Ah, Even Sword.
On voit les fantômes, on voit réellement les fantômes,
Oui, bah totalement. Pour le coup, je suis totalement d'accord pour Even Sword. Il y a très peu de jeux qui font justice au QTE, pour le coup. Il y a aussi Fahrenheit, qui utilise bien les QTE.
Yeah, encourage. No. He'd come in and he'd laugh at us.
Laugh, encourage. Same thing in some people's worlds.
Voilà, si tu veux un exemple parfait d'utilisation QTE, il faut regarder D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. Le jeu a été juste fait pour les QTE en fait.
So I have the Baguette Restream up. I don't actually speak French, but it's interesting. They're like, what are these temperatures? They're in Fahrenheit. I don't know how much that is.
Yeah,
Où il y en a encore.
the struggle.
Ah, il en reste un. Ok.
One of these years, you know, the US will switch over to a logical temperature system.
Get on page with the rest of the world someday. Give it time. Some more
2005 ou pas?
parkour here. This actually, it seems like it's one of the harder pieces of parkour to do in this game.
And that seems pretty precise, which is,
Yeah.
when I said surprising from a 2005 game. Usually the collision on these pipe sort of things is relatively forgiving.
Yeah, like it was so easy, to balance on the railing at the beginning of the game, but then, doing that poster skip and things like that, suddenly or even that pipes there, suddenly it's like, nope, it's got to be exact on.
Consistency.
Bon, ça va, les tourelles ont pas l'air de faire tant de dégâts en fait.
Ouais, j'ai de l'armure.
Ouais,
C'est
parce
surtout
que.
mal, c'est-
Ok, ouais, je vois.
I'm guessing we have another escort mission coming up, which is why we're killing all the people.
I'm not entirely sure.
Seems like they're going kind of out of their way to clear out some of these.
True. I don't remember what our mission is on this one.
La bonne vieille arme radicale pour le coup.
Ouais, c'est un pompe qui tire des roquettes.
Ouais.
Clowns thinks Gold is mad at the game.
Huh?
Set the world on fire.
I believe it. I get mad at some pretty precise tricks too.
You know what? This run isn't going to PB. I'm just going to kill everything.
Yep.
Or we could call it lag reduction.
There you go.
Ne pas sauter direct jusqu'en bas car ça peut tuer.
C'est
Même
impressionnant à
s'il y a
quel
un
point tu.
trigger. Même s'il y a un trigger.
C'est impressionnant à quel point tu te déplaces dans les conduits d'aération.
Bah, tu t'infiltres quoi.
It's called whenever something goes wrong. Like if nobody knows the speed run, you can either call it lag reduction or RNG manipulation.
Les mecs, ils entendent du bruit dans les conduits d'aération, ils tirent. C'est radical, hein. T'entends du bruit, tu tires dans le conduit. La personne qui est dans le conduit, elle pas long.
I'll have to remember that when I start trying to learn this game.
It's good for when you're trying to learn any game.
En fait, tu fais plus de bruit que tu penses dans un conduit d'aération.
Well, why'd you let that guy hit you? RNG manipulation. Well, what RNG does it manipulate? I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out.
I'm still learning.
Du coup, ça m'est toujours rire de s'infiltrer par l'identification. Ouais, et puis c'est ça.
I wonder if there is a specific reason why they keep turning the flashlight on and off.
That is a good question. You know, my first initial reaction would be, you know, just to see, but I suppose now that you mention it, some of the times haven't always been like in instances where you need it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Pas du tout la meilleure idée de passer par des conduits.
or he turns it off when he's going into a dark room. Oh, Clown's about to drop some knowledge.
Ooh,
Pour l'arroser.
flashlights help you see.
Il l'arrose, quoi, tout simplement.
All right, so I'm glad my gut instinct was right. But I'm glad we went on this quest of curiosity.
C'est déjà ça. Hein.
Oh, and then sometimes you don't need them to see. See, Clowns is dropping all the knowledge right now.
Oh man, I feel
Huh.
like I've learned some things today.
I just learned how flashlights work. Clowns, you should just come teach my class next year.
Tu dois quand même avoir l'impression d'un labyrinthe hein, en renant ce jeu. Le nombre de fois que tu prends des portes, tu descends, tu remontes, tu descends, tu remontes.
Surtout la fin, ouais.
C'est anecdotique pour le coup.
Ah, yes, I think 7th graders would really appreciate having someone come in and just talk about F.E.A.R lore for a whole class period. They'd probably appreciate that a little more than me making them write essays and stuff.
Life lessons with clowns.
Yep. Learn how to speedrun with clowns. Is clowns a person, or are we bringing in real clowns? They won't know until they show up.
Is that better or worse than essays with your average white chick?
You know, just judging by the title, I'd probably say it's better.
Ne pas sauter dans... Ne pas se suicider comme j'ai déjà fait ici.
Ça fait quoi ce dedans
Bah, tu meurs.
Un vieux caisse électrique.
Toujours attendre les portes qu'elles s'ouvrent.
Wait, are these the super suit guys without their super suits on?
That's a good question.
Or are these just another, faction of enemies?
Ouais, de celui qui nous a aidés au début. En fait, c'est un traître qui s'est fait lui-même trahir.
Out of contact from here on. Be careful of this Wade guy. Not over
Ah bah c'est sûr, hein, quand tu meurs t'es pas vivant.
Yeah. If this goes a little bit overestimate, that probably mostly due to the poster fiasco. Plus, there's a couple of untimely deaths.
Yeah.
Marathon luck, all that stuff.
Si vous aimez
Yeah, it happens. Get another one of these fun cutscenes.
Yeah, anybody who has ever run a marathon knows that these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Ah bah je pense qu'avec ah oui, avec tout ce feu là, bah ça y va là, ils ont mis la dose sur les effets.
I think we're on interval 10, and I think there's like maybe 11 or... Yeah, I think there's only 11 intervals. I could be wrong, though. There could be 12, and I'm just forgetting.
Only to find herself deep in another.
C'est ça. C'est Jean Effets Spéciaux qui a fait cette scène.
apprend que le mec qu'on pourchasse depuis le début, bah, c'est notre frère, le frère du personnage, c'est le viron. Et que Alma, elle est utilisée comme pour faire des expériences.
All right. Yeah, we are getting right towards the end here.
Là, dans le lore, il me semble que Alma n'est
That's the guy who's kind of, it's his fault, I guess, that everything's kind of happening.
Causing all of the
Yep.
shenanigans.
And he's gone.
Mais bon, ça n'empêche pas que se passe des choses.
Thanks, Alma.
Il me semble que j'avais lu le lore il y a
Yeah.
longtemps.
Now we just gotta follow Alma and hope we find our way out, right?
Ouais, je sais pas si c'est pas dans le 2 ou dans le 3 où il y a une explication sur Alma. Pour le coup. Il me semble que c'est pas particulièrement une méchante. Elle est particulièrement une ennemie. À un moment précis.
I guess the other paranormal sort of like enemies, I guess you could say, in the game.
Vraiment, Pyramide Head ne la tue pas. Ne le. Non, je juste ne la tue pas.
Of the paranormal enemies that die from one shot.
Yep. Actually, fun fact I learned while getting ready for this, the cycles for these enemies go faster. They go out at a set amount, but they go faster if you shoot them like right as they spawn.
Je viens de me rendre compte que si j'assimile slow-mo, heavy, ça fait slow movie. C'est pas mal. Je viens d'accomplir ma vie. Oui, bah oui. Ah, il est moins SF pour le coup après. Bien moins. Plus terre à terre. Tiens.
What do you think? Are we gonna make it out?
I'd really hope so.
Non, c'est les commentateurs qui s'endorment, c'est pas.
Next, I feel like at this point in the game, now that you've let Alma out and she's kind of mad for being used as like a bioweapon and everything, she's done with it. The place is gonna blow up, and you just gotta get out. I think Alma would give you enough time, though. She seems nice.
Are we going to save or kill the animals? Oh, wait, sorry, wrong game.
Looks like we're
Let's
gonna
save.
kill him. Something super cool about this part, in the any percent run, you could just stand on that railing, and all of those enemies that spawn there just don't see you. They just ignore you.
C'était pas trop grave quoi. T'arrivais à l'heure pour la première run, la deuxième t'avais pas pu.
Surtout c'est que c'était pas intentionnel.
Kind of interesting too in that any percent run when you do that part and you do just get to see them like stand there. You can see their character models without them like moving in that weird like creepy way that they do. So I feel like that's one thing that this game did really well. I know Clowns was talking about it earlier too. Like a lot of the enemies in this game are positioned to like flank you and do certain things to kind of scare you. So it's kind of cool to see them just sort of standing still and not actually doing anything, especially the paranormal character models. Alma is best girl. Oh, okay, so there's a rat you can kill at the start of the game, so save the frames, spare the rat, I guess. Good point, Clown.
Et normalement, quand il y a des zombies, t'es en slow-mo, mais là,
Every game with an escape sequence has a save or kill the animals.
été codé, effectivement.
Yeah. Whether you know it or not, by playing the game casually.
vu que ça peut softlock, ici, je vais sauvegarder.
You know, I really appreciate that they have the ammo count on the gun and then again on the heads-up display. It's that little element there.
There's one thing I've learned as a teacher, and it could totally transfer into speedrunning. If you can see the same thing twice on your screen, it's not a bad thing.
No.
It just makes you sure you won't forget it.
Le softlock, hein, je le rappelle, meilleur ami pour les runners, ou pas.
Yeah, we are officially overestimate for this run, but it is really close to the end.
C'est nice.
Ne pas faire un câlin à Alma qui te one shot, comme ça m'arrive très souvent.
Once again, shooting through or punching our way through some cutscenes.
Par contre, elle est pas gentille.
And Clown can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you do have to hit her exactly like 12 or 13 times to get that scene to end.
Ah ouais, c'est un one hit quoi.
And then we go full circle back to the first sort of cutscene of the game.
Take her back to the vault.
Après, dans le 2,
Oh, you can walk by Alma to end it too?
You can walk by, but it's not worth the risk.
Yeah. Very
Maybe
risky.
if you're
It only
going for
saves you 1 or
world
2
record
seconds.
stuff, huh? Yeah, probably a world record strat.
Well, now that you put it out there, when I go through and try to speedrun this, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to walk past her. I want to see what happens.
Ça aurait dû s'arrêter après le 2.
Après, si j'avais une comparaison à faire, je dirais qu'Alma c'est.
You know, when you're going for those world records, you got to shave those 1 or 2 seconds every time. Save the
Ooh.
frames.
There's the ending though here. One time, Clown got to that part in a run, forgot to shoot Alma, and lost a whole minute. I don't know. I still think those 1 or 2 seconds might be worth it. I'll give it a shot. Now we get to casually sit here and, watch it all blow up. Turns out Alma gave us enough time to get out of the building, maybe not out of the blast radius. And yeah, time was when the epilogue screen finally pops up. So yeah, 143. So not that far overestimate.
No, not too bad. Not too bad.
No,
And
great run to watch.
So coming up next, we have Death's Hangover by Lena Mech.
43-47.
Ah oui, mais moi je suis une game time, ouais. Sur mon time.
And I will be stepping out of the commentary booth for that.
As will I. I think Gooby's gonna wake up and hop back in here.
Oh man, Gooby didn't get to go to bed for very long.
No, not very long. It's okay though. It gives us more time to comment on the next run and remind him to go to bed when he's done.
Yeah,
Voilà, ouais, bah, c'était.
but he won't go to bed when he's done. We know that.
Now he puts a lot of work into this.
Yeah, thanks for hanging around.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate
Clown's
ya.
always fun.
Ouais, c'est un jeu, ouais, c'est optimisation de mouvement, quoi.
Yeah, thanks for adding to our amount of knowledge.
Thanks for being our third commentator, whether you liked it or not.
Tu peux perdre 2 secondes, trucs comme ça, faut rester tout droit, quoi. Prendre la route la plus optimisée et aller tout droit sans toucher la souris. Bon, bah, le world record il est à 1h19 et 44 secondes, il est assez optimisé. Je sais pas si je vais le battre. Je pense pas même. Moi mon objectif c'est au moins faire sub 1h25 et je suis à 1h27.
Donc voilà.
Looks like we have some watching some credits.
Eh ben, écoutez, merci à vous deux. Hein.
My favorite part of every video game.
Puis,
You gotta see all the people who put all of the work into making it a reality.
I gotta see the people that are making my life more enjoyable. Gotta acknowledge all those names.
Merci bien, des bisous.